Welcome to Coffee Break with Rachel Vigil, taking a daily look at the biggest stories in Denver sports and interacting live with you, the Coffee Break fam. So sit back, relax, grab a cup of joe, and enjoy your coffee break. Here's your host, Rachel Vigil.
It's going to be one of the biggest off seasons in Broncos history, as we hope they don't make the same mistake they did in 2018 by skipping over a quarterback. A lot of mock drafts have, of course, the Broncos taking an outside linebacker or a cornerback or somebody on the offensive line. But there's always big names that are coming out around this time of the year, and I am so excited because we got Cecil Lammey live from down in Mobile, Alabama, being able to talk to us about the Shrine Week. Plus, he's out there at the Senior Bowl. Cecil, how are you?
Right, I'll make sure I don't fall off the bleachers here, but live in Mobile, Alabama, it is Senior Bowl time, All-Star Road Trip, number 18, and let's go. Broncos got to find a quarterback. They may have to move up to get it. We got plenty to talk about.
Oh my gosh, Cecil, I'm so excited that you're down there, and I appreciate you taking some time. Obviously, it's day one of practice out there for the Senior Bowl. Give me a little bit of insight, just overview, and then we can dive into some players a little bit later.
Yeah, overview is the first day. You got to see who's got the jitters, who's got the nerves, right? Who's ready to go, if I can quote Fred Durst. Yes, I will quote Fred Durst, but you have to be ready to go. This is a huge job interview for these players. So we're seeing some timidity from some guys. We're seeing some guys take it to the next level. I cannot wait to tell you more about Marshawn Lloyd, my favorite running backs that I've connected with the Denver Broncos. Running back is a need on this team. They need more picks. And if you look over here, that's where the Broncos are sitting, about right there in the stands across from me. So I hope they're watching Marshawn Lloyd, running back from USC, put on a hell of a show today. So you love to see that. Guys that come out and they stand out and they step out week one, day one. You don't have any time to waste. Day two is telling, but day one is like, okay, who's nervous? Who's ready to go?
I love that. And I love the view you're giving us. How many scouts the Broncos got out there today?
No, I haven't seen everybody. I got here super late. I walked in they're over there. I'm over here. Wait till tonight when I'm out at Veets, and we'll see how many scouts are out and about. Broncos are usually pretty tight knit group. Let's say that, but everybody should be here. George Paton's here, right? I'm almost sure of that. Haven't seen him yet, but I'm sure that the whole contingent is here because the whole of the NFL is here. Right now, it is the Senior Bowl, most important part of this offseason.
Can you tell Cecil Lammey's fired up about the Senior Bowl? Cecil, give me, what have you seen out of Lloyd? Are we liking how he's moving? Does he feel confident out there?
Yes, very confident, great receiver as well. And to wrap up practice, it's really good. They're starting to do this at more of the All-Star game. Saw it at the Shrine game over the weekend as well, where they'll do some one-on-one situations for extra push-ups, right? So it was a one-on-one situation. Marshawn Lloyd out there as a receiver burned the linebacker that was supposed to be covering him, threw it up, ran underneath it, caught it. Other side, defense had to do the push-ups. So Marshawn Lloyd, a standout for today, and we're just getting started here in Mobile.
Okay, let's talk quarterbacks. Who's out there so far that you've seen?
Yeah, Michael Penix. Hartman's out here. And it's not looking good. Okay. I just spent a weekend in Texas. Devin Leary, who I was excited about, the Kentucky kid, did not look good. Slovis, who's bounced around to every school known to man, didn't look good. I was expecting a little bit more from Michael Penix today. Now people are telling me third round is where he could go. I heard mid-second at best, mainly because of the medicals. But and again, he's got time. It's day one, right? Yeah. Practice one. But who's ready to go? One of the first things that I noticed about Penix, because on-field, in-person scouting is the best. Don't YouTube scout. Don't TV scout. George Paton said that. But Ozzie Newsome told me don't YouTube scout years ago. It's why I do this. Mm-hmm. It's why I do this because Chris Mortensen told me and because Ozzie Newsome told me. This is what you do, right? But the first observation I had about Penix, he's skinny. I mean, let me finish. As someone who's lost some weight, I know skinny. The kid is skinny, and if the rumblings are true about potential work ethic issues or work ethic concerns, and he's not hitting the weight room, I mean, he definitely doesn't look like he's hitting the weight room out here. So, an NFL beating, we all saw it in the national title game. Guy didn't get hit all season long. 9 sacks, 11 sacks, whatever it was, all season long, didn't get hit. He got hit in the title game, and he got 3 injuries out of it. So, okay, in that situation, you go, well, is Penix just not putting in the work in the weight room? He looks small out here, not small in terms of height, but small in terms of stature. He looks very slender, and it's a concerning, look for Penix. And then on his passes, again, just seemed to be off the mark when it was quick stuff. He wasn't on time and on rhythm, which we expect him to be. When he'd do a bootleg or play action, he'd roll out, he'd set up, he could fire. He's got great pass placement, like tools-wise. It's so good for Michael Penix. I'm worried about him being thin. I'm worried about the work ethic buzz. I'm worried about that injury history, of course, but you wanted to see more. He needed a pop today. Bo Nix is coming up next, and I guarantee you, Bo Nix will probably pop in this next practice. We'll see, because if he does, we're talking about a top 10 pick.
Well, and that's my whole thing when it comes to Penix. Is then, like, at this point, what are we even talking about? Why does his name keep getting brought up time and time again? It seems like there's more and more and more. And Cecil, you and I were talking yesterday even where it's just like, okay, if there is some worth ethic conversation going around, well, you have to put the work in the weight room in order to hopefully prevent yourself from getting hurt. So if you're continuing, it's just a little, I don't know, a little concerning right there. But I am kind of excited to see Bo Nix and what's going to be that. Is that in the next practice here coming up in 30 minutes to an hour?
Yeah, they're actually clearing off the field right now. And then the next team will come on, and we'll be able to see Bo Nix. And here's the thing. I've seen this before. Carson Wentz did it when he came in as a second-round graded player, rocketed it at number 2. Baker Mayfield did it when he came in as a borderline first, second-round player, rocketed it at number 1. I don't think Nix rockets up that far, of course, because you have Caleb Williams. You have Jaden Daniels and then Drake May. Remember, May is seen as the third quarterback now by a lot of evaluators that I trust, NFL professionals that I trust. It's no longer May at 2. Could be Daniels at 2. Get ready for that. But Nix could work his way into the top 10, higher than the Broncos pick. So if Nix balls out, Broncos are going to make a power move to get up anyway. The whole league expects that. I reported that yesterday. Guess what? If Nix balls out, they might have to move up just to get him. Not even Drake May, but just to get Bo Nix.
Wow. And what is it specifically about his play that has really started to impress people? Because he is moving the rankings quick.
Yeah, he's moving the rankings quick. It's that football intelligence. It's the fact that he's got plenty of experience. 6 years ago? Most people in college for 6 years are doctors. But, this guy's got plenty of experience, and scouts love that. They love kind of that comfort level of nothing's going to rattle him. He's going to know what to do. And from a Sean Payton perspective, it's all about fit, the dirty secret in the NFL. He fits what Sean Payton wants to do because he's quick, he's on time, and he's on rhythm, and he'll do what his coach says. Not necessarily off script, although he can be off script because he does have RPO potential with that athletic ability. I don't want to get ahead of myself because he's not out there yet. This could be the Bo Nix show this entire week in Mogan.
Okay. Well, what about Drake May? You said he's going to be coming up obviously later this week. How a lot of people are like, the Broncos would have to trade so much to be able to get him. It's not realistic. Is it realistic at all?
Yes. Yeah. And May's not here. Okay. So we will not see Jaden Daniels.
Okay.
We will not see Drake May. This is Bo Nix and Michael Penix. That's pretty much it. So it becomes the Bo Nix show because I'm not going to stop taking notes on Michael Penix. I'm definitely stopped taking notes on Hartman. Once I watched Hartman, I was just like, why am I even writing this down? It all looks the same. It all looks bad. Maybe he changes that tomorrow. But anyway, it's Penix, Bo Nix. Those are the two that you look at with the Denver Broncos and in the NFL draft. You look at the situation and you say, okay, how can they do it? And fans have asked me a million times, how can they do it? Say goodbye to some of your favorite players. That's how they can do it, okay? Now, there will be a line for everything. They don't want to go, I'm going to say his name, PS2. They don't necessarily want to go there. But you telling me they have a chance to get a Drake May? Drake May might be a better fit for Sean Payton than any quarterback in this class, including Caleb Williams.
Cecil Lammey. That's a big statement right there, my friend.
It's a bold statement, Cotton. We'll see if it works out.
Yeah, I'm like, holy smokes, I didn't expect that to come out of your mouth right there. What is it, though? What makes you say that? Because Caleb Williams has been the number one talk for, I don't even know, so many months now. It seems like since September when college ball started.
Yeah, and he's been the talk since last year as well. For me, it's all, how do you want to be coached? I've talked to some people. It doesn't seem to be a problem. I'm not going to bring up the stupid painted fingernail stuff, right? Some NFL people do care about that. I will say this league is pretty backwards still. All right. I don't want to get too far off track here. This league is still a little backwards. So a guy that paints his nails, the league might be like, what are they doing? But the people I've talked to, that doesn't concern them with Caleb Williams. No concern there. But it's about fit and how you want to be coached. You know, Sean Payton's going to have a certain style of coaching. And Rachel, I got to tell you, I'm not sure if that was mesh with Caleb Williams. We'll see. I don't think they can get up to get Caleb Williams, whatever. If Drake May is in fact the number 3 quarterback and not the number 2 quarterback, this creates a different conversation for Broncos country. So how do they do it? How do they move up? Any way you can, you get your quarterback. And that's the thing. I understand fans and let's go Broncos and nobody wants to lose. And everyone stay a Bronco forever and ever and ever. I get all that. That's not the reality. Okay, let's deal in reality. You need to flip a quarterback. And to find a flipping quarterback, you may have to flip and move up, flip here in Mobile, Alabama.
Okay, so we got Lloyd running back, obviously. We got the QB talk. Is there any other positions that you're like, this could be kind of a draft-heavy class?
Yeah, the tackle class is good. Edge class is good. Wide receivers, not as much. I'll be writing a full report available at denversports.com, so everyone will be able to check that out. But it's all QBs. I was locked in this morning on the QB. So when a guy pops like Lloyd, like I had to go Ari Gold there, but like when a guy pops like Lloyd, it's impressive because I'm not watching for Lloyd today. I already know Lloyd's game. I already have him as a favorite. I wrote about him at denversports.com being a fit for the Broncos. But it's like when a guy like Lloyd pops and I'm not watching for Lloyd because I'm so focused on quarterbacks on today's practice, you know he is popping. So, like, yes, I'll have a full report, offense, defense. Mace will probably do special teams. There's Andrew Mason over there. Say hi, Mace. Hi, Mace.
Andrew Mason. Get him in here.
Look at Andrew Mason. Look at Andrew Mason right there. Right there. I can't see the camera. So
hi, Mace.
Hi, Rachel.
Always love having both of you hanging out.
I can't hear you, but you can hear me.
Yeah. We're hanging out together. We're having a shared moment.
Oh, my gosh.
In Mobile, Alabama.
We
That's right.
love it.
Did we just become best friends?
You two are already best friends. I love it so much.
Yeah, it's awesome. Great to be here with Mace. We're on the case, and all the best right at denversports.com.
Okay, last thing real quick from you, Cecil, and then I will let you get back to practice. Pete Carmichael joining the Broncos now. Obviously, I've joked Saints 2.0. I'm curious your thoughts on this move.
Yeah, and Rager, too. Have you talked about that?
Yeah.
Rager joins them there as well. It's like we all saw this coming. As soon as Carmichael was available, it's like, here we go, Sean Payton. But, in this league, I will say it's a lot of security in terms of, like, who do you know, right? We're talking about maybe Bill Belichick takes a year off or maybe never coaches again, unless he's gotten hired. I don't know. I've been at practice all day. But, like, why? He doesn't have any allies in the league. There's not any of his disciples that have went on to do anything that could bring him in as a consultant or whatever. Now, again, best coach of all time, whatever is whatever. But in these coaching circles, it's like, who do I know I can work with? Kind of back to the Caleb Williams, Drake May thing. Like, I know I can be hard on you. I know you can take a chewing because I'm Sean Payton. And, I'm going to chew you out. I'm going to love you up, but I'm going to chew you out. So, yeah, of course, Carmichael, Rager, bring them all. If you worked for New Orleans under Sean Payton, you're probably going to work for the Broncos.
Well, and I said earlier today on Denver Sports Daily, this will show us if it really does become Saints 2.0 and we're seeing all these personnel move over, we're going to learn if it was Sean Payton or if it was Drew Brees real quick, if they have success out here as well. So, Cecil, I know I said last one. This is truthfully my last one. Sean Payton doesn't have a lot of experience with rookie QBs. It's starting to come out a lot. Should Broncos country be stressed about that if they decide to draft a quarterback, or is it something that we've seen him develop so many other ones that it's like he's going to be totally fine?
Yeah, it'll be fine eventually. But the thing is, in this league, I think the turnaround can be quick. Somebody on Twitter, the most important thing ever, asked me, like, how quick can the turnaround be? I'm like, playoffs next year, Super Bowl contenders the year after that. We've seen it. I seen it. Like, we've seen it before. 2 years ago, I was talking to Brock Purdy for an hour, and he thought he was done. I thought I was going to get car insurance from the guy, right? Like, hey, you're going to work for Geico? Like, what's going on? Like, Brock Purdy said he was done. I'm just enjoying my last week of football. Homeboy's in the Super Bowl, right? So this league happens too fast. I think it's a coward's way, if I'm going to be honest, Rachel. It's a coward's way to say, like, oh, just 5 years from now. You ain't got 5 years, man. you've got right now in this league. So, I'll give him a year, get the feet wet, and then whoever that quarterback is, Drake May, Bo Nix, make it happen, and let's go Broncos.
Let's find the next CJ Stroud. Cecil Lammey, as always, an absolute pleasure. Thank you so much, my friend. Safe travels. Have fun with Mace.
Peace.
All right, Cecil Lammey, there he is, him and Andrew Mason, of course, out there at the Senior Bowl. All good stuff's coming over at denversports.com. Make sure you check it out. Love that they are having so much fun. It looked so beautiful out there. I was like, oh my gosh, I need to be down there and close to Florida, but down there in Alabama. So you guys, love hanging out with you. Of course, good stuff coming from the Senior Bowl, and the talk around quarterbacks continues. Let me know in the comments who you want to see the Denver Broncos draft when it comes to it. We're hearing a lot of stuff about Penix. That stat about him possibly dropping into the 3rd round is crazy, but there's so many things still left to happen. Draft, obviously, 2 months away, almost 3, I guess, at this point. So plenty of good stuff. Love you all. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye, everybody.